Hey guys, welcome back. Today we've got a special guest, Anthony Ruiz with Black Raven Report, and he's my brother. In case if you guys weren't able to tell, he is working on an investigative journalism piece that's going to go over quite a few videos. So check his website in the description below, or his YouTube. It'll be just getting started. Give him a subscribe as he reveals the videos. Give him a like, comment on there, show him some support, because this is going to be a lot of content that he's going to go into. This is the Black Raven, or this investigation is covering the Clinton syndicate and their dealings, not just their business dealings, but all the people that have been wrapped around every person that's been killed or assumed to have been killed by the Clinton Foundation or the Clinton family. Yeah, I guess I'll let you introduce the rest of it from here, or just kind of give me a quick introduction about this story a little bit, and then I'll ask you more questions.
Yeah. Hey guys, Anthony here from the Black Raven Report, also Black Raven Guild and Alaska News Podcast. So basically, what I decided to go into is, since the long line of murders surrounding anyone involved with the Clinton business dealings, and when I started doing the research, it came from the Boys on the Tracks back in the 90s, the Arkansas murders. And then as I started researching that, we found out that there was even more connections and more connections. And then I found a couple other researchers who had done wonderful deep dives into all these topics. And I thought I would carry it on, take it from print, put it into video, and help spread the information out to the world on how dangerous it is to be involved with certain business dealings with high-level political figures in our government and their connections to every single foreign national government that has an influencing stake in the United Nations, our politics, and even the World Economic Forum. So that's what all my investigations have been going on into. I'm expecting it should take me about 1 to 2 weeks to make each video. So if you plan on watching it, just know I'll probably make videos every couple weeks. It's a lot of research involved, but if it's something that you guys like, go ahead and give it a look and subscribe. And of course, if you guys have any information or research notes that you guys have been following on that can help me out with my research and development, let me know, and I'll read all the comments and put all that stuff in the videos that I can find that will help with anything that comes to closure for these cases.
So, how did you go about? What inspired you to do a dive on the Clintons?
Quantum of Conscience. He has all sorts of fun videos about the Not Milk experience and everything else that goes with the Clintons, and how the realm is just weird in general in all the political spheres. There's another YouTuber, Wendigoon. He creates crazy documentary content. He pushes it out at an unbelievable rate. Hour and a half long videos. He pushes them out almost every week to 2 weeks, and they're super detailed, expansive dives into a plethora of topics. And just seeing people do research like that is what allowed me to want to get into this, because it's so interesting uncovering the hidden truths and the things that are being hidden from everybody.
Awesome. All right, so kind of give me a an overview of, like, where does this start, or where does it start for the Clintons?
This started before Hillary even graduated law school. She was already being prospected out from law school to Vince Foster, who was the first hire of her back in. Let me actually pull this up so I don't get the wrong dates out and sound like a dum dum. Um, let's see. Sorry about. Yeah, back in 1997, Vince Foster had hired Hillary to work for her at a law firm.
Mm-hmm.
And as they started to get more business dealings with buying land acquisitions from Chinese assets and dealers, they started to use that money that they were laundering through the real estate dealings, through their law firm, through money purchases for legal contracts.
Hmm.
That money was later put into Bill Clinton running for president. And then after Bill Clinton became president, Vince Foster was brought into the White House to do oversight for their the trade or the travel office, the White House Travel Office, the
Hmm.
WHTO. And during the White House Travel Office, they had fired every single person when Clinton got in office. They instated Vince Foster and his whole team of people, like all politicians do, to get their team in the White House to do their dealings and hide all information they don't want the public to know about. It happens on both sides. It's one evil government bird. They're the same. But when they started getting in trouble with the FBI, Vince Foster was the one who ended up taking the fall, which was Hillary Clinton's old employer slash protege or press teacher had hired him on. He had failed to hide all the documents and make it look legit to the FBI. And so he was going to be indicted. And then he ended up found suicided before he could have to have his feet held to the fire by a congressional hearing. And then this is the same thing that happened with Mr. John Ash, is the one that I'm first covering.
Hmm.
Is he's a former UN president, the 68th UN president. He was involved with money laundering through China with Mr. Ng Yang or Seng. And this was back in the 90s as well. And Mr. Yang just got arrested in 2015 for confirmed money laundering through the DNC through the Clinton network. So from the 90s, when these two first got together, John Ash had business connections with China in which he was doing introductions with Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, and they had very close ties. We have images of them together being very happy. They have constant communication between the UN, documentation through, I believe it was the White House Judiciary Committee. Had to do a whole expose on this man because he was the fall guy for Henry Zhao, who is a multi-billion-dollar investment firm like BlackRock. I can't say the name because it's a Chinese corporation, but can I pull it up for you? Let's see. I have to pull through the 21 slides real quick. This is why I should have had this organized.
Yeah. So, while you're looking at that, they're obviously connected to a lot of these big business guys, and
Yes.
they seem to be mostly foreign entities.
Always. Chinese assets primarily. It was a Chinagate that they brought up back in the 1990s. They called it Chinagate.
Mm-hmm.
And it was essentially the counter attack to the USSR, the Russia Gate back then with JFK.
Yeah.
It was just the news was recycling this as the second coming of a new Chinagate, Russiagate, Trumpgate, Clintongate, Obamagate. They're always the fear cycle that they're putting on. This just got distracted and pushed down to the wayside, so no one even knew about it.
Yeah.
But Henry Zhao was a businessman with dealings with Ng Seng and John Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Zhao has never got in trouble with any international government. He's a very slippery man, but he owns a company which has a partner founded by Hunter Biden in 2015, in which now he's been arrested for bringing money through these illegal channels and illegal business deals with contracts out from government officials leveraging their positions for employment. So Joe Biden is getting foreign entities to hire his son for kickbacks so they can have election money. So then their people can get put in power, allowing China to buy real estate and buy positions of power in our government. So our own government is selling us out, and anyone who's connected when this stuff comes to light are getting murdered. And this is essentially why I'm bringing this to light, because every single person who has been laundering money for the Clintons, every time that their feet get close to the fire, they wind up dead, and no one knows what happened. It's always ruled an accident. Mr. John Ash, they said he died at the age of 68 of a heart attack, but when the coroner report came out, it was found that he was trying to bench press 1,000 pounds and crushed his stomachs.
What does this guy look like?
Mr. John Ash, a very large man, it looked like, but definitely not a world record breaking raw power lifter. If you were to,
Yeah, I was gonna say because he
the
was
raw power lifting record now is like 800 pounds, and he was trying to bench 200 pounds over the world record when
with
the
no
barbell
suit.
with no suit. He doesn't work out. He's 68 years old, and he spends most of his time on airplanes. I know he's not working out trying to set new world records for bench press at the age of 68.